Hi everybody, welcome back to My Beauties Around You. Thanks so much for watching today. Um, I have a totally different idea now for this week than I had at the beginning of the day, so I may be posting a painting video on Saturday, but we'll see. There's a chance I can get it done on Friday, and I'm gonna aim for that. But this week I want to talk to you about a really fascinating story that crosses all sorts of different cultures and has roots in pretty much every ancient mythology system. And it's sort of the story of spring and the seasons in general, but in the Greek telling of it, there is a lot more to be told than just how the seasons change. So, that is what I'm going to be focusing on with you today. Um, let's start with Persephone and Demeter. So, if you are not aware of this myth, Demeter is Persephone's mother. Persephone is Demeter's daughter. And Demeter, in the beginning, was almost like a Mother Earth sort of character. She is incredibly nurturing and she takes care of everything on Earth. All of the plants, all of the animals, everything sort of was in the realm of Demeter. And she had this beautiful daughter, Persephone, who was very innocent and whimsical and learned to love everything about nature growing up with Demeter. And one day, as Persephone was picking some wildflowers, or in some myth, she's said to be painting all of the flowers, Hades, who had been interested in Persephone for quite some time, came up out of the earth from the underworld and abducted Persephone and took her down into Hades with him. Demeter had no idea what happened. Nobody saw, or we thought nobody saw. And she instantly went on a search for her daughter Persephone. And she searched the entire earth. Her only focus was finding her daughter, which meant that the world went into a severe drought. The plants could no longer survive. Humans were struggling, and all the gods could hear the cries of humanity and the pleas of the entire earth of living creatures. And finally, Helios, who rides his chariot in the sky, bringing the sun around the earth, he did actually see what happened. So he went to Demeter and he told her what happened. And then there is a little diversion in the story of what happens next. Some myths tell the tale of Hecate helping Demeter. In these myths, Hecate had been helping Demeter this whole time, using her torches to light the way. And in this telling of the story, Hecate uses those torches to guide Demeter down into the underworld to find Persephone. In other tellings of the myth, this role is taken by Hermes, and he is the one who then guides Persephone out of the underworld. In the underworld, Persephone ate between 3 and 6 pomegranate seeds, or 4 and 6 pomegranate seeds, depending on what myth you're following. And according to the fates, if you eat food in the underworld, you are bound to it. So because she ate somewhere between 4 and 6 pomegranate seeds, she then had to spend 4 or 6 months in the underworld. So after this whole process, when Persephone is on Earth with her mother, everything flourishes. And when she's in the underworld, her mother is in such a depth of despair and such intense grief that the world suffers, and that is how we get winter. So, let's rewind a little bit to Hecate and Hermes, and then we're going to tie it all together. So, both Hecate and Hermes have had different cults surround them for thousands of years. Hecate is thought to be the original triple moon goddess, which is pretty sweet. So she herself represents the maiden, the mother, and the crone, and that's a whole lovely archetype to get into. If you're not aware of that, definitely check it out. But Hecate was also the goddess of magic, of the night, necromancy, um, and sort of both the dark and light sides of magic. Hermes is often thought to simply be the messenger of the gods, but over the years there have been cults dedicated to Hermes Trismegistus, which means Hermes thrice great. Um, Hermes Trismegistus is the founder of Hermeticism. Some people believe Hermes Trismegistus is a follower of Moses, but regardless of the origin story of Hermes Trismegistus, there are incredible writings from him dealing with all sorts of very interesting things like alchemy and magic, and really the mysteries of the world. Demeter and Persephone also had a mystery school, the Eleusinian mysteries. So all of the characters involved have great mystery around them. I have always found a lot of linkages between Hermes and Hecate. They both govern basically 3 houses of magic, which is pretty darn cool. Hermes Trismegistus is also associated with Thoth, who is probably my favorite Egyptian god. So all sorts of magic and alchemy there. Now, to pull it all together, though Hecate herself represents the maiden, mother, and crone, this story of the abduction of Persephone by Hades puts those 3 goddesses into these positions as well. Persephone being the maiden, Demeter being the mother, and Hecate being the crone. Crone in this sense doesn't necessarily mean an old woman. A lot of times this trope is seen to be young, motherly, and old, but truly it's more of the innocent quality of feminine nature and the nurturing quality of feminine nature, and also the darker side, the more mysterious and unknown side of the feminine nature. All of this is super interesting, and I simply had to change my plan for this week for videos because it all struck me actually around 11 tonight. Thanks to a lovely hornet who stopped by to pay me a visit today. I'm always interested in animal guides when they really speak out, and this hornet definitely spoke to me today, and did a quick Google search and talks about fertility and actually ties to Persephone. So the painting in the beginning of this is a painting I did years ago about Persephone, sort of the moment where she is confronted with the pomegranate seeds, which is definitely worth looking into. And also, my tattoo that so many people love just happened to be a tattoo that a colleague of mine had available. And when I saw it, it reminded me absolutely of this triple goddess formation between Persephone, Demeter, and Hecate. So I'm very interested in this myth, obviously, and if you would like to talk about it anymore, please reach out to me because I will talk about this stuff all day, and I would love to hear what you think about the triple goddess, about this abduction myth, and all that comes with it. So, as always, May beauty surround you, beauty before you and behind you, beauty above you and about you, and may your road home be on a trail of peace. Happily may you return. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you have some time to explore the mysteries of our world and enjoy the spring that has come into full blossom and leading right into summer. Thanks. Bye.